Going on the road to Stegeman Coliseum, um, I think one of the things that we talked about as far as the league is concerned, the league being as good as it's been maybe ever, would have been the fact that we may get 9 teams in the NCAA tournament. Um, but really there are probably 11 teams right now, including Georgia, that are absolutely within range. Um, Now Arkansas, Missouri, or Vanderbilt could win the SEC tournament and go, but even through the work in the regular season, Georgia is still in position to be an NCAA tournament team potentially. Um, they've had a really good year, and it's just the quality of the league um, has put them in a situation where they've lost 7 out of 8 games in the league. You look at their home losses to Tennessee, Kentucky, Florida, Alabama. They've already played those 4 teams at home and lost close to all of them. Um, uh, you know, and to Georgia's credit, they are still fully engaged. Um, they got a great backcourt. I think their guards are really really good. Um, they can play big at the 4. They can play small at the 4 and play 4 guards. Um, Big fella that's transferred from South Florida has really improved throughout the season. Um, and Florida's really, really improved at the 5 spot, um, from a year ago. So um, for us, um, Tennessee has won 5 road games. Alabama, South Carolina, and Kentucky have won 4. We've won 3. Um, and while I'm always so very, very proud of our home court advantage, um, um, because we've been so good at home, um, we don't get. Um, there are some that would say, "Hey, when we don't play at home, we don't win." Um, we have not played great on the road this year. We've got wins at Ole Miss and Arkansas and Vanderbilt, but we've not shot it particularly well on the road. Um, but we have 3 more opportunities in our last 5 games to dispel that. Now it's not going not going to be easy, but that's the opportunity that is in front of us. Um, we will be without Jaylen Williams, um, and I would imagine that he'll travel with us to Georgia, um, and after that, I think it'll be sort of. We sort of thought it was an injury that didn't do any major damage, and so the time frame of when he would be back would be. There was a lot of things talking about 10 days to 2 weeks, so on and so forth, but I don't think there was anything concrete in that. He will travel to Georgia, and at this point, I don't anticipate him playing. And at that point, from that point, we'll take it. We'll go kind of go from there. But it'll be, next week, Saturday will be 1 week from his injury. The following Saturday will be 2 weeks from his injury. So.
Bruce, you talked after the Kentucky game about needing better guard play, wanting your guards to kind of step up. What specifically do you think they need to kind of take that step, especially as y'all go down the stretch? And as
Well, I think all of our guards, obviously, with a team again like Georgia or a team like Kentucky or a team like Florida or a team like Alabama, some of the best teams in our league have got really good guard play from 3 or 4 guards. Not just 1 or 2, but 3 or 4 guards. And so the question is, who can guard who? And so it takes more than just a couple of guards playing well for us. It takes 3 or 4 guards. And so there certainly is some step up on the defensive end. Second thing is making shots and shooting a better percentage. And And in the SEC play, our guards haven't shot it very well. And so I think that's kind of, and then as far as the assist turnover ratio is concerned, when you are, in a position where you're 10th nationally in assists, or you're 4th nationally in bench points, obviously talking about depth, and then 3rd in field goal percentage defense. Field goal percentage defense at 38%. That speaks to the effort. That speaks to, the commitment to be unselfish and play hard defensively. It's, quite frankly, 38% might be the lowest field goal percentage defense I've ever had as a head coach, which means this team's trying to guard and trying to make it difficult for people, obviously to score. But without Jaylen, we'll be challenged both in the front court and in the back court now.
Bruce, so once you get to the next game after this one against Tennessee, it'll sort of be a game-by-game thing for Jaylen where you'll kind of evaluate him ahead of time?
Yeah, I just know he's not playing Saturday.
Saw Chaney.
And then Tennessee will be 10 days, and Mississippi State will be 14 days. And so.
Saw Chaney in here this morning, do individual workout, just working on his shot, just the opportunity that he will have for extended minutes now with Jaylen out.
Yeah, well, Chaney's always been one of our harder workers, and he's in almost every morning. And yes, it'll be an opportunity for him to play some more. Dylan Carr will play some more. Chris Moore maybe to move around a little bit. Leo Berman. I think it'll be to replace Jaylen, it's going to have to be obviously by committee, and when it's no secret that when Jaylen Williams has played well, we've won. Like, I don't think we haven't won when he played well. And when he hasn't played well, which has only been, probably, we lost 5 games, right? I think he said 5 games we didn't play very well.
You mentioned defense and just kind of the buy-in. Did you see some of that against Kentucky as well? Like, even though the shots weren't falling, that y'all were able to kind of still hang around there because y'all held down a really good offense like y'all did.
Yeah, I mean, the guys, again, to hold Kentucky 20 under their average and only give them 4 threes when they make 8.5, still, you told me those 2 things. I think we're going to win the game. And I just point to. We could do a better job of rebounding the ball. Our first shot defense has been really, really outstanding, maybe one of the best in the country. But then we've got to go chase things down. Fascinating to watch last night, games being won and lost with a second shot on offensive rebounding. Just staying in a play. Everybody thinks it's 3-2-1, the shot. It's not the shot. It's the shot after the shot. And it's just a great lesson to learn to stay in the play until the buzzer sounds. And we could do a better job with that as it relates to our second shot defense. We get a block shot, great. They came in 3-2, they go in there, we block the shot, but then they get the 50-50 ball, put it back up and win the game. We got to block the shot, and then we got to get the ball. We got to possess we play defense, they miss it, we got to be able to get the rebound. Finish the play, end the possession.
With Jaylen down, do you feel like you've seen guys like Chaney or some of these other guys kind of this week in practice, know that some pressure's on and maybe step it up a little more to help out the team?
Not the only thing I've noticed in practice, and again, we did take a couple of days off this week, which I thought we needed mentally as much as anything, was you're beginning to sense, and but I sensed it before South Carolina and Kentucky, they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We have 5 games left in the regular season. They understand these are all, still precious. We still can finish 1st to 7th, in this league, and we know where we want to finish, and so I think the guys are locked in and pretty focused.
Yeah, you mentioned that bye week. I just want to ask, how that was for you guys having a couple days off. I think you and Carolina were the last two teams in the SEC to get one.
I mean, it was great. I mean, I think we needed it. Obviously, with Jaylen's injury, it helped us get organized. But I think more than anything, just like we've had since the beginning of the year, it's been 2 games every week and 7 days a week, and it's been that grind. And I just think that, Tuesday I went out and recruited the state tournament, and it was just good to be away. It was just good to be away a little bit. And I thought the guys, when I saw the guys yesterday, I thought they were glad to see me and missed me a little bit, and I was glad to see them. But if we had come back Monday and had a game Wednesday, I don't know that would have felt the same way.